Hi all, welcome back to Java at Stream API interview coding series. So this is the ninth question of the series and the question is find length of each string. So here is the input Java, Spring, Stream API and boot. So here is the expected output 4, 6, 10, 4. So before we move into the coding part, let's first see the thinking approach. So this is the logic before code. We have list of strings Java, Spring, Stream API, boot. So we are going to read each string. So currently we have Java in the list. So we are going to find its length. So the length of Java is 4. If you calculate 1, 2, 3, 4. So Java has length 4. Once we got the length of Java string, we are going to store that length in a list. So currently in a list, output will be 4. So we are going to move to next element. So next element is Spring. So again we are going to find its length. So the length of Spring is 6. Once we got its length, we are going to store that length. So at this time, the updated list will be 4 and 6. So we are going to follow the same steps, or you can say the approach for the remaining of the elements, and finally we will get the result as 4, 6, 10 and 4. Friends, now let's start with practical session of the video. Here I have created a class called find length of each string which contains main method. So inside this main methods, we have list of string values Java, then Spring, Stream API and boot. So let me introduce here local variable and rename the local variable as languages. So now what was our requirement? Our requirement was from this given list, we are going to find the length of each string. So how to do that using Java Stream API? Let's start. So we have languages. First we need to convert it into stream method. Why stream API? Because it contains ready-made pipeline method which make our code more concise. So if you put here dot, you can see ready-made pipeline methods are available. So according to your requirement, you can use this ready-made methods. So for our requirement, we are going to use map. Why map? Because map transforms one data type into another data type. So in our case, we are going to transform list of string values into list of integer values. So for that, we are going to use map. Now let's see the logic inside the map. So we are going to use lambda expressions here. String dot, it contains len method. So once we get the length of each string, we are going to collect those strings. So we have collect method. Inside that we have collectors class. Collectors class contains toList. So what this method toList gives us? This gives us new list. So let me introduce a local variable here again. Introduce local variable. And now if I try to print the value of that variable and try to run the application, you will get the output of length of each string. So see, we have got Java length as 4, Spring length as 6, Stream API length as 10 including spaces, and last one boot we got the length as 4. So this was the approach 1 using lambda expressions. Now let's see the approach 2 using method references. So we have list, again we need to convert it into stream. So once we convert it into stream, we are going to use map. So we all know, right, we have string class. So inside that string class, we have length method directly. So we are going to use that. It also gives the length of each string. So once we got the length of each string, let's collect that. So we have collect method. Inside that we have collectors class. It contains toList method, which again returns a new list. So once it returns a new list, let's introduce a local variable here again. So once we introduce a local variable, now let's try to print the value. So collect 1, and now if I try to run the application, we will get the same output. So we will get the same output as find length of each string. So see, we got the same output. So guys, if you really found this video helpful, please like the video, share the video to your friend circles and subscribe to my channel. I have given complete Java playlist in the description box, and if you have any doubts regarding this video, you can put your doubts in the comment section. So whenever I get free times, I can look into it and solve your queries. Happy learning with Java and see you in the next video.